Here, I found it.
Hi guys, Amy Hunt, home business expert, and welcome to our first live event. I have here with me, and I'm very excited to have him, Kfir from DSM TOOL. And we're going to just do a little question answer session with Kfir first, and then we'll take your questions at the end. We're going to do what I call the who, what, when, where, why sessions here with some live people. And we're going to answer those questions, not necessarily in that order, but we're going to cover all those. So again, thank you, Kfir, for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time to help myself and my viewers.
Hey, Amy. Other than the fact that I did not yet have time to go to the hairdresser, as you can probably see, I'm very
That's
happy
true
to
for all
join.
of us.
I was like, yeah, we can go live. I have an excuse. Like, I don't need to go to the hairdresser now for the
Right.
past 2 months. So I'm happy to join today. I'm actually just sharing the video in our Facebook community of DSM Tool right now. So I hope that more people will be able to join us as we're doing this session live, which is awesome. And I suggest that you would lead the session and would tell me, like, I'm here, we've prepared everything, and everything is ready to both answer questions and some of content that we've prepared for everyone. So
That sounds good.
yeah,
Well,
I'm happy to be here.
staying away from the hairdresser also saves you money. So that's part of my channel, right? Just stay away from the hairdresser
For sure. Well,
through the
I just
pandemic
hope that
times.
the hairdressers that are watching this and might be home and not generating an income from their
Right.
number one channel of income might actually gain some value, maybe from specifically from their expertise in being able to understand hair product currently trending like crazy. It's being told
That's true. That's true. So it's
everywhere. I think
important.
they're talking about it all the time.
So it's important as people that are watching my channel, they want to make some extra income. So you got to look at trends. You've got to look and you've got to think sometimes what is going on outside
Exactly.
of yourself to get income streaming. So let's start off, Kafir. How and what is DSM tool?
Sure.
What and how can that help my viewers?
All right. So I thought maybe instead of just telling you what is DSM tool, maybe I could actually show you a little bit of
Sure,
what it is DSM tool. And
sure,
I'll
sure.
start before I'm sharing my screen. I will give a preview. This is not the first time that we're talking about DSM tool on the channel. And yet, for those who have never heard of it, DSM tool is a software for eBay dropshipping. It connects. It basically gives you a set of tools. That's why it's called DSM tool. We actually, when we started it, it was just a tool, but since then it have become a set of tools. But unfortunately, me and my brother, who co-founded the company, um, when we established it, so English is not our native language, and then we called it. We didn't think that far to call it DSM tools. So at dsmtool.com, it's a software that, as I said, helps you with all of your daily tasks as a dropshipper, everything that you need to do in order to properly run your eBay dropshipping store, where where the most important part of it is that it connects. So in eBay dropshipping, you don't need to own your own inventory because you're dropshipping directly from suppliers, and first you get paid for the order on eBay, and only then you fulfill that order from the supplier that you work from. Now, back at the days when I learned first about eBay dropshipping in 2015, I think that it was 80% of the people that were dropshipping on eBay were sourcing their products from Amazon, and the another 20% were sourcing it from Walmart. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the actual statistics, um, but
They're the two most
I'm
popular
sure that there were
websites.
other people that were sourcing from. Exactly, they were by far the two most popular websites, and we introduced to the market the concept of dropshipping from multiple websites. And when we started, we added like the first website I think that we added were Sears and Kmart and AliExpress, because me and my brother were dropshipping shipping from Sears Kmart and with beautiful profits. And since then, we moved entirely to develop the software, and we decided to add as many websites as possible. And today you have, we call it 50 plus, but it's already 60 plus websites that you can source products from. Um, and I think that the best thing would be for me to actually show you how it look like when after, it, because it's a platform, it's a, it's a tool that you use for your business to manage your business. So I
Sure.
want to show you a little bit of how is the experience that someone that joins DSM tool goes through. So I'm gonna try to share my screen, but I've never done it before. So let's see. It's easiest with two monitors. That's right. Oh, it gives me tips for how to share my screen. So 1 second, and I'm gonna share this screen. Can you see it?
Sure can. I'm going to add that. There we go.
Perfect. All right. So Um, as I said, it's a platform, and I'm gonna do this like as a short overview of the platform. I'm not gonna
Sure.
dive deep into. I'm not gonna use the functionality. I'm just showing you guys how and what is it all about. So when you are running an eBay dropshipping store, what are your tests? What are the things that you need to do? So the first thing that you need to do is to find what products you want to sell. And in order to find what products you want to sell, we have an integration with Zik Analytics, which is another software, probably the number one software in the world for eBay dropshipping. Without a doubt, no competitors that are even trying to reach as great results as they bring to the table. And you can use it to. We have here like a free version of it that you can try it. And if you subscribe to Zik Analytics, then you can do all of your product research inside DSM tool. And
So
then
Zeek
after you
Analytics is a
found,
product research tool.
that's right. Yeah, it's a
That's
soft.
right.
I don't own also. We integrated the entire Zik Analytics experience in DSM tool to make it for people, like so people could in one place run all of their business, but it's not our product or our company. It's a software by a company. It's led by a person called Nahar, and I highly suggest you to also check him out, because when you join Zik Analytics, then they give you an incredible training everything that has to do with how to find what products to sell, and yeah, and
So it makes it
it's more than
easier.
that.
Everything's encased into the one website.
Yeah,
That's
and
nice.
yeah, well, I'll let you visit Zik Analytics to see what's going on there. But then
Sure.
when you found what to sell, you want to add those products to your store. So all you have to do with DSM tool, let's say that we talked about hair products. So let's say that you found a product on AliExpress. If you would click within a click of a button, you can load that product. I already did everything to shorten the time of the
Sure.
presentation, but uh, so within one click, you have that product ready for publishing on your store with everything that, like the price. So as you know, it's drop shipping. So you want to buy for cheap and sell for more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So the price is automatically calculated for you. And one of the ways to get people to buy from you is to rank your product higher in the search results in comparison to your competitors. And one of the way to do it, one of the ways that it is done with, is by changing the title and changing the picture of the image, so you can edit the title and you get suggestions of great keywords that you can use in your title, and you can create a collage from all of your the pictures. So for example, if let's say if you want to stand out from the competition by showing more details, or this is a wonderful feature when you have multiple colors. So let's say you have socks in 4 colors, so you can show and then you stand out, and more chances that people that look specifically for that color, they see you on the search results of eBay, and then they would click on your product because they know that your product, that you in your listing have that color, and your competitors might not have it. So just as an example of like what you do in eBay dropshipping, and the power and how powerful this tool is for you when you add products to your store. And then after you add this product, and there are many more features there, and if I would go into the settings, this would take 4 hours. But
Yes.
and we're going to talk about 4 hours, like we're going to talk about your course where you actually going into the all of the settings, because you've done a Udemy course about how to use the DSM tool.
To make
But
it easy, right?
and then Yeah, so but I'm just going over because it's a platform.
Sure.
You manage your business with it. So and anyway, the point is that after you added products to your store, starts a synchronization process because let's say that you listed that product and then it went out of stock on the website you're sourcing from. And I said that there are more than 60 websites. So what are you going to do? You're going to browse all of the websites every morning that you wake up? That would take all your time. No, we want you to focus on selling and making and getting more results. So we're syncing the price and the stock of those products for you,
And
and that
I
happens in the
can
price
attest
monitor.
I can attest to how
Yeah,
wonderful that is, because when I first started drop shipping, I did go to all those websites and monitor quantities and monitor prices. And to have this do automation is just amazing. And I hope people that are watching appreciate the fact that this is an actual tool that can be used. So, yeah,
yeah.
this is
We
amazing.
actually don't. The right terminology, I think, is not a tool. It's a platform. And I see that you see my
Okay,
uh,
platform.
brother here is writing me. Yeah. Anyway, what happens after you sell the product, Amy? What happens after you sell a product on eBay dropshipping?
It's ordered on well, unless you have this tool, it's you have to do actually do the ordering. And you have to go to the website and you got to find the right products, make sure there's quantity, that sort of thing, and ship it to your customer. It takes a lot of time if
And
you're
you forget
manually
the
doing it.
elegance of copy pasting the name and copy pasting the address and the
Yes.
zip code and yeah.
Yes, that takes
So
time.
all of that is other. I cannot. I'm using here a demo account that doesn't have a sales record, so I can't show actually how it's done on the website. But this is what this page is for. You have a page that is called sales and orders where you can manage all of your orders, and you can, like, when we started dropshipping, and we're gonna get to this in the next question, so I'm gonna leave it for there. What happened and how it annoyed me that I can't. We didn't. There was okay. I'll just say it now. There wasn't even such a thing as sales and orders page in different softwares that we were trying to use, and I couldn't know which orders did I already process and which orders did I not process unless I manage it in an Excel file, and that drove me crazy just the idea of
Yes.
it. So we created
Yes.
this page.
I
Yeah,
used
we
to put
created
it
this
in an
page and we
Excel
added a
sheet.
button. Amy, the thing that convinced me to start eBay dropshipping is when my brother told me we're gonna like told me about the idea of putting here a button that says I ordered this product, and then I was like, oh yes, I don't need Excel files for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and when you process the order on the website of the supplier, then you can use the extension of DSM tool, which you can download here on that part. But this is just like a page to download it. Now, when you have it, as you could see in AliExpress, it installs all kind of buttons in your AliExpress page, and then it does the same thing when you process the order. So you get to the place where you paste the details of the buyers, like the address and his name and everything, and it just puts there a button for you. So after you click on the long story, one click of a button and everything is pasted when you process the order, saving you tons of time on doing that. And yeah, I'm sure that I missed tons of features that this platform has. I didn't talk about the dashboard and about the dashboard alerts here that help you optimize your account, and the ability to see like your performance in graphs and everything that you need in order to manage your business the right way. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen here so we could talk again. This is what
Sure.
that's what DSM tool is. It's a platform that is meant for you to manage your entire business.
And it saves you a lot of time, and I'm a key witness to that statement. So great. So when and why did you start DSM tool? In brief, I guess you briefly mentioned it when
Yeah.
you were talking earlier, but is there anything else that
Hmm.
would be critical for us to know?
Yeah. Let me just tell you the story because the story was pretty straightforward in that matter.
Uh-huh.
In 2015, I was doing all kind of hustles since I was very young. I was known among my friends as someone who's always trying to, try to do his own business, from HR to hotels that I was doing when I was 17 to print on demand. Before I knew it was even called print on demand, I played the drums, so I was printing guitar picks, and I was the only one in the entire country in Israel that was giving that service. So like girlfriends of musicians would call me and say, "Hey, can you print
Cool.
that thing on a guitar pick for?" Yeah. So and
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
design for them because I used a little bit Photoshop. Fast forward 2015, I'm about to graduate from business school. I studied business and entrepreneurship, and
Okay.
Oka, who's my brother and my business partner, started doing eBay dropshipping, and he was making sales, and it was awesome. He made like $500 on the first month that he just started, and he's like, "Phil, you have to do it." And I was like, "$500? I'm a student. Bring it on."
Right.
And and then he showed me what I actually need to do, and I was like, "Oh my God, there is no chance I'm going to even try to start this super manual. I couldn't understand what's things came from everywhere. There were issues coming from everywhere. I had problem. I tried to dropship a little bit, but I had immediately problem with orders, and I didn't get. We were dropshipping from Amazon. Didn't get the point with the Prime account, and I barely knew how to. Never mind. It was a big mess, and
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't want to. He continued doing it, and he said, and he's also a software developer, a very, very talented software developer, and
That
an
makes
expert
sense.
in user experience. And he said, listen, I'm going to build a software that is going to change completely the experience of how we manage our stores, and then you will want to join me. And I said, all right, sounds good. Let's see
That's
what you got. And
that's the
when
perfect partnership.
yes, indeed. And when we were talking about releasing it, we were talking about releasing it for our stores. We were like, we want to work on it. We'll make some extra money. I was sure that soon I'm going to start looking for a job. I had a job back then. I was working for a production company, and but we also said, let's try to let people subscribe to it. So
Huh.
just to make some extra money from it, why not? Why not
Sure.
providing our service also to others? Yeah. And when we released it, it was July 10th, 2016. It went completely viral. I couldn't imagine anything going so viral like that. Within a year and a half, we had million people like
Wow.
at the website
Wow.
on a monthly base. So that at the peak, we had a million people visiting the website on a monthly base, and courses all around the world were teaching us. My brother was flying to, I think it was,
That's
what's the name,
amazing.
to Singapore. He was flying to Singapore, and he was invited there to give a speech at a class for that was teaching all of Malaysia. Crazy
Wow.
stuff started happening around that, yeah,
Wow.
and
That's really
and
cool. So
that's
what is
basically how we started this whole thing. Yeah.
that's cool. So you kind of covered what your role is in DSM Tool as well. Is there anything else you want to add to that question? Or what
Yes.
question?
So, what question is what the role? And actually, I wanted to say that this was the story that I just told you, which was kind of our origin and how we got started. Also made my role in the company um, very, very product oriented and product based. So we
Okay.
had an insane amount of schools and influencers talking about the software. And what we needed to do is to build that software in order to stand the demand. And we expanded very, very rapidly also in terms of manpower. And we had issues because we had too many people joining and too many people using the features. So we had bugs. So we always had to increase the maintenance. And my job, in title, I was the CEO, but the job of the CEO at that point was to make sure that everything is up and running because people are at the doors, like
Yeah.
coming from everywhere. And uh, and that's not my role today, and that's something important because the question is, what is your role with DSM Tool? And by title, I'm still the CEO of DSM Tool, but effectively, there was a big change in the market in 2018. In the middle of 2018, we started seeing eBay changing a little bit their policies and changing a little bit how they feel about the concept of dropshipping between Amazon to eBay. And just for you to understand what I'm talking about, in 2016 when we started, I forgot to do that. I have the picture of our team going to eBay's offices to visit them and talk to them and talk to the account
Oh
manager
wow.
in eBay that is taking care of Amazon dropshippers because they wanted the interaction with the. It's a very small niche. The retail. We sometimes within the niche we think that we're big, but in terms of the entire sales of eBay, it's a very very small niche. So, but they still wanted to be in touch with us, and they invited us there, and they invited us to a session about the buy box concept that they were developing that we will not go into during this call today. Um, but the
So,
point is that they started changing that, and what we know today is that in 2019 they officially announced a policy that doesn't allow anymore to dropship from marketplaces and retailers onto eBay, although it's still being done. People are still doing it. A lot of people are successfully also doing it, but it went against policy, and all of the courses and all of the influencers stopped talking about it. And when they did talk about it, they talked about something that is called non-API, which if you want, we can cover right now, but it's some hype that went that is irrelevant, and it's not proven to help. And I insisted not to develop it, and other softwares developed it and are charging more for it. And we couldn't see any evidence that it's working, so we didn't go with it. So a lot of influencers also um, there was a
ditched
debate
it.
of whether ditch not just ditch me and us specifically, and my role have become to start completely. I moved completely from being product oriented to being marketing oriented, and not needing, but starting to tell our story and starting to rebuild the marketing and the brand of our software into a direction that we want to take the company to. And we incorporated a lot of what we called since the beginning legitimate suppliers to work with. So we said, okay, retail is still working. You can do it to an extent. Let's say if I don't want to say things that afterwards I would be quoted in places, but let's say that if your account would have an extent amount of retail work in it, but also a good mix of wholesale suppliers and actual legitimate suppliers, like we added suppliers like CJ Dropshipping lately, then it should work fine for you. And the point is that now my role as the CEO of the company has become to plan forward not only our product side and how we develop it, because the platform now is super high quality, super ready, but to also build back our audience and to answer their actual needs of the people that are dropshipping on eBay and want to legitimately start a business.
Right. And that's why I'm here
Yeah,
with you, because I feel more comfortable with you and DSM Tool. And I just feel, I'm going to just say it, I feel safer using it. Let's move on. And
I'm happy to
if
hear
you're
that.
if you're
Yeah,
watching and you have a question, pop the question below and we'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'll get back to you. The next question I have is,
sure.
who can use the DSM Tool? Do you have to have some experience in drop shipping, or
The
do we?
perfect question for what we just talked about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish the question.
So,
Do we
I
what?
mean, there might be people that are watching this that don't even know what the word dropshipping means. Are those people that can start? I mean, there's people want to make more money, especially with what's going on with the businesses shutting down and unemployment happening, and just planning for the future so that you're not in this bind of needing more money. For
Yeah.
me, it's set up. I already have this set up, and the panic of unemployment wasn't as stressful for me because I have money coming in online. So, who
Mhm.
can use this? How can they make money? The people that are watching this.
So actually, if we want to answer that question, I want first to revert that question back to you and ask you, Amy, if you decided to make a course about DSM Tool, then let's not ask, or about eBay dropshipping in general. Let's not ask why did you do it, because I'll give you the answer to the why, but let's and who is it specifically for, and who are the people that I think that are starting today after everything that is happening in the world. But I want to ask you, who are the people that are coming to watch your channel? Who are the people that are looking for that to become home business experts?
Yeah, I guess pretty much anyone. I have all levels, but it seems like majority of people either have heard of drop shipping, or the inclination is the desire just to make some extra money somehow some way. And this is the absolute easiest way to start making money, if you ask me. And I've done FBA, I've done designs, I've done stores, I've done, my own websites and my own everything pretty much. This is the easiest way to get your foot in the door
What
to
makes it
start
so
selling
easy?
money. You don't need to know a lot of technical. You need to know. You basically, when I set up my course, I say, and it asks you what do they need. I said a computer and internet, and I take people in my course step by step from the basics. Like, so if you don't have any idea how to start making money at home, take my course. Right now, Udemy has it for $9.99, which Udemy puts it on sale on their own sometimes. So I would suggest, if you want to get started, to get on it right now, because Udemy will change. Udemy is a basically a school where I posted a course, and it'll be step by step from creating a Gmail to creating a DSM tool account, how to connect all that, and how to pick products and start it and get going. But that's why I did the course, because pretty much anyone can start that has a desire to make money. So yeah, that if I were answering that, who can use DSM tool, I would say
Who
pretty much.
can do eBay dropshipping? Let's put DSM tool aside. Let's talk about the business model. I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
If look, everything that you said is the perfect explanation to what is called in the business world or in the financial business world low risk investments. When you're starting a business, sorry, no matter what business it is, usually you would have to invest. If you open a restaurant, you have to invest in rent, in everything that you need, in the staff that you need. Everything comes down, all of this discussion about what are your goals and what is it that you want to do. You want to make some extra money at home. If you would have millions and millions of dollars, probably you would not necessarily start from eBay dropshipping. It is because you are able to take higher risks. So it's understandable that this business model is for people. And I was in that situation, and you were in the situation where you had to create an online income, right? Because you didn't have other sources of income and you had to provide for your family. Makes sense.
Right. Right.
I was a student. I was broke. I had some lousy job, and I wanted to look if I can become an online entrepreneur. It was very important for me to be an online entrepreneur. So I started. I also had a software because we were developing it as an incentive, and I thought it was awesome to also own a software company. But when I started, I literally, I just couldn't take risk. I couldn't buy inventory, and I also didn't have it's for people that they don't. If you don't have the knowledge, if you have not sold a single product in your life at all on your own store or own the store, or you know then investing in an inventory might be a step that you're not willing to take right now, because if you have to invest in that inventory, or if you have to invest in Facebook advertisement, like in Shopify dropshipping, you have to invest in Facebook advertisement, or in Amazon FBA, you have to invest in inventory. If this money is the savings of the money for your kids, or the only savings that you have, or you're already in debt, and that would mean that you might have to actually increase your debt or get into something that you can't, or now during the pandemic, if you lost your job, probably not the time to invest all of your savings in inventory. If that is the situation for you, then you would probably eventually get to learn about eBay dropshipping, which is great. It has there is a problem, and this is where it's important to say that. Same as in the rest of the business world, the higher the risk is, the higher the gain is. So if you would invest in building a brand on Shopify, you could make millions. You can become the next Nike. Same for private labeling on Amazon, because you're basically building a brand. But if you're only getting started, and if you're doing eBay dropshipping, so the scale is much, 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 much lower, but the barrier of entry is also low, and you can start from here. Look, I started from it, and I built a software company because I have the competency of building a software company. You've started from it, and you're doing now Udemy courses. You're doing online courses, and you have a YouTube. We're live on your YouTube channel. We're live. It's like a show, your own show, right? And you can monetize it, probably not only by interviewing me, but interviewing other people. You have a format. Look how you can develop from starting by doing the first online business as something that is risk free, something that is simple to get started with, something that makes sense to you. So your expectations should be set as well. You're not This is not probably not what's going to make you millions. People might claim that it can make you tons of money, but then you have to go the black hat route and build dozens, if not hundreds, of stealth accounts with fake identities. If that's your direction, I'm not going to stop you from doing it. Do whatever you want. I believe that you should start with eBay dropshipping and then create more channels of income, like starting to tutor, starting to, uh,
Right.
your own Facebook group, YouTube channel, affiliate marketing. Maybe after you've had some experience on and now you feel more confident to start doing wholesale and buy stocks, yada yada yada. You can take it from here
Right.
to anywhere. So that's what I think the answer is for who eBay dropshipping and DSM tool is from.
That sounds good. That pretty much
I
could
love
cover a
this
lot of
answer.
people,
Where
right? So,
especially now, yeah.
so where can someone sell to and from with DSM Tool? You mentioned earlier the stores.
Yeah, time to
Briefly,
share my
like how
screen here.
you build it, how you build it. So let's go to your
Let
screen.
me show you. So in the homepage of DSM tool, right? If I
Yes.
scroll down just a little bit, I can see that in DSM tool, I can see exactly what kind of features exist in DSM tool for eBay and for Shopify. We also integrated Shopify, and we hope to integrate other um, directions in the future. And on eBay, you can look on how many marketplaces of eBay you can start selling. So if you're from Australia, or even if you're not from Australia, but you want to sell in Australia or Canada or Spain, Germany, Italy, France, the UK, the US, just choose where you want to sell. And that's what's wonderful. You're doing it online. As you said, all you need is a computer, right? You don't need
Wow.
to even
Yeah.
invest in it. That's wonderful. Look how many markets, and the US is known, and US and UK are known to be the most saturated markets. But the rest of those markets, if you happen to speak Spanish or German, or people, you're going to hire people which are virtual assistants that are going to do the customer service for you, and you can work in those markets. You might be expecting interesting profits, product that you can source. And as I said, for each one of those websites, you can filter which websites you can use in DSM tool. So obviously, for the two biggest markets, you have the most websites, but look how many. That's insane. There are more than
It is.
60 here, and we're adding. Yeah, and we're adding now also wholesale suppliers very soon, which are we already added CJ Dropshipping, which is sort of a wholesale supplier, but not really. It's kind of a unique service. I will talk and write about it in the future. And Wantify, which is also a marketplace. So we have, like, you have websites that are specifically working, like all kind of websites that like some of these websites are like AliExpress and Amazon, which are retailers, Target, like hardcore retailers. But many of those websites, as I said, we're trying to go in the direction of becoming more legitimate, and we're promoting mostly those legitimate suppliers to work with. So CJ Dropshipping or Wantify, which is somewhere here, and Banggood and China brands. These are all far more legitimate suppliers to source products from. Costway, many of them has also US warehouses.
Right.
So that's for the US, and then UK, and then in Canada, and then in Spain, and etc. etc. Anyone
Tons of
who's interested can
options.
go.
Tons of options.
And that's the point. The point is to create as many opportunities as possible. And then we also try to automate everything for those many opportunities. Obviously, some of the automations are more advanced. For some of the websites, the automations are more advanced. Some of them are a little bit less advanced. Really
Sure.
depends on how the website is interacting with our technology. Some of the websites are built in very old technology, and kind of like the technologies that we saw when we started DSM tool, they're implemented in our website. So this is not a lesson of how to use DSM tool, but here this is more of a message for you that there is
Sounds
ridiculous
sounds good.
opportunities out there for you for dropshipping.
It's a fantastic list because I know just if you're starting fresh, you
I'm
don't
happy to
even
hear
know
that.
where to go. This points
Hey,
you
what's
right
your
to it.
experience? Where did you try to sell from?
I'm sorry? I lost you?
Amy, what is your experience with websites. Where did you try to dropship from and was successfully, and where did you not yet try from, and we're going to challenge you to in the future?
So
Like
originally,
what kind of, did you try marketplaces or only retailers, or did you ever try a Chinese agent, for example, or wholesale suppliers,
yes, the answer is
whether
yes.
it's in DSM tool or not?
I think I
Go
tried
ahead, tell me.
everything. I have dropship from Amazon. I started with, I would say, smaller stores because I had a cashback website that I filtered through, and I picked stores based on that website so I could get cash back in addition to what I was making profit from my sales. So
You
one of the
mentioned here an
ones,
important point. It's just let me mention, I know that I'm taking a little bit from your course, and maybe the people should first pay for the course to hear that. But just a
yeah,
note,
yeah,
the technical term for it in the dropshipping industry is called backend profits. When you're making, so when you choose what to sell, your basic thought is like, I'm going to sell it for a higher price, and I'm going to mark up the price that from the websites that I'm sourcing from, and I'm going to try to sell that, and then I would have this and that profit. But actually, what you can do after you already sold the product is to go through a cashback website, and from the back end of the sale process to increase your profit rate. And yeah,
yeah.
that's what you're
In
mentioning.
my course, I call it double dipping, triple dipping, and quadruple dipping. Basically, making money
Has many different names.
more than what people are used to knowing. So yeah, I've tried them all. I've tried the direct suppliers. I've tried, and I've made money on all of them. I mean, this is a proven easy way. If I can do it, anybody can do it because I'm basically a stay-at-home mom. I stayed at home because my kids were born. I needed to make some extra money, and I just got on eBay and I started figuring this stuff out. And now it's like so automated and wonderful through DSM Tool that it just makes it so much easier. So let's move on to the next question. How can someone sign up for DSM Tool if they're interested? How can they learn more? Um, go for it.
So instead of showing how to register to DSM tool, because I could share my screen now and go over all of the setup steps, but as I said, um, luckily for us, the thing that we're known for is user experience, and the sign up process is super intuitive. You sign up at dsmtool.com, the website that I showed, within Amy, when you recorded the course and then you opened the store just for the purpose of the course, how much time did it take you from the moment that you had to sign up and set up DSM tool until you made your first sale? We did an interview about it on our blog.
Honestly, I signed up for it, and I think it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time I was done, it took me maybe 20 30 minutes, and my kids came home from school and I got them ready, and I was getting them ready to take them somewhere at 5 o'clock, and I think I checked just to see if everything was set up right. I was just going over things before I left, and I had already made sales. So it was like 3 hours that I had made not just one, but I think by
Let's not build over expectations.
right, that's not
Amy is
normal,
also an
but I have
expert and
experience
understands
picking
and already
products.
knew the process, so it might take a little bit longer, yeah.
Right.
But just
But
for you to realize how easy and how fast you can set up the account. Yeah.
right. And then I teach people how to do what I
I say for any beginner, if exactly. So if they take your course, and I personally went through the course of Amy, and I literally took the entire course to and commented on some parts. So you would see my comments if there's anything that I can add to the content that is already there. And what I wanted to say is that um, I say that within 7 days, pretty much anyone that starts eBay dropshipping, if they have the proper education, for example, taking your course, and if they sign up to a software that helps them work, which is, let's say, DSM tool, um, you can already make your first sale. And yeah, and so what I
sounds
want to say is that we've created. You asked me before the video, and we created a special coupon for those who do want to get started. So I just want to explain what we decided to do. Oh, cool! Now you can see the coupon. that is something that never happened to me before. That when I'm talking, suddenly there is like a coupon
A ticker.
appearing below. So that's cute. So, but I just want to explain it and explain why we are doing the coupon. So first, you
Sure.
can sign up to DSM Tool for free. You can start completely for free, and we have a free forever plan, and we're not stopping to. This is part of what we believe in. So we created always the option for you to use DSM Tool for free to an extent. It is missing some features, and I am going to show. So when you're only using the free account and you don't upgrade to a more advanced account, I'll show one of the things that you're missing, which is why I suggest everyone to at least um, try one of those features and try to upgrade your account. So you get with the upgrade account, you get all kind of features like this feature, for example, which is after you make a sale, it sends automatically messages to your customers and generates feedbacks for you. So after the order, automatically a message is being sent, and then a feedback is being given automatically. Oh, what happened? Oh no. 1 second. Anyway, I'll just explain what it does. Let's ignore it for now.
Go ahead and
How do
take
I
your
stop my
time
screen
and
sharing? So an
yeah.
automated, it's okay now. I'll just explain what it does. So
Okay.
automated messages, which is a feature that
Which is
this is
huge.
just one of the features that are.
This is huge, and I want to
Yeah, I'm
emphasize that
explaining
because
it
that
technically, but it's
yeah, yeah. I love
go
this
ahead.
feature because I never really had the time or patience, probably more patience than time. But go ahead and tell them
Mhm.
what it does because I love this part of the feature.
I call it automatic feedbacks generator. And what it does is it gives feedback to your buyers automatically after they buy from you, and it sends them the tracking number with like calming messages, and you can customize these messages now during COVID-19 and tell them a little bit about the delays, and everything will be sent automatically. There are 4 messages that are being sent. One of those messages is being sent after the package has arrived. So we don't know exactly when does the package arrive, but you set how many days. You said like in a week, or if your suppliers are mostly selling in 30 days, like if you source it from China, so you would put it in 30 days, send them a message and remind them about me, and then ask the feedback after they already got the package, opened, enjoyed whatever they got. And this creates a beautiful user experience for your buyers and increases the feedback to your store. And when you get more feedback, then if you ask yourself, if you didn't stop and ask yourself yet, so let's ask it now, how the hell it happens that I source from one website for cheaper price and then sell it on eBay for a higher price? And the reason is because eBay is showing your product in the search results based on so many parameters, not only price. So for example, if you have a lot of feedback, so if you recently got a lot of feedbacks, then in the upcoming time you're going to get a little bit more visibility in your account. If you posting products continuously, I always tell people schedule products to be published in your store every day
Yeah.
of the week, so that you will have activity in your account, and then eBay would drive you traffic. And what happens is that when someone put a query, when someone search for something, eBay has to calculate who am I giving now the first page results to. They might think that your competitors will always get it because they have a lower price, but if your competitor just got a negative feedback and you just got a positive feedback, chances that you're going to appear in the first page of the search results. And this is
Right.
how it all works and how you make that money. So if you are interested in really pushing forward your account, then you would want to use the pro feature. So we allow everyone to use it for free if you want to start. As we said, we believe it's a risk-free business model. We want to support it. You can work also manually if you want to do everything completely for free and you don't need anything. Um, but if you are planning to take your business seriously, then the basic plan costs $25 a month, and then for on a year long, on 12 months period, that's $300. So we said, all right, how do we incentivize people to do commit for their business? So they would be serious about their business for a year. We said, let's give a discount. So we did a 30% discount, and we sell it usually for $239 on the website. Anyone that registers on the website that doesn't watch this video, that just gets to the website naturally, would not know about what I'm about to say. To you, Amy, for you, the students of your course, and for the people that are watching your channel and following you, we've created this coupon that uh, you can use. So when you upgrade your account, because you sign up for free, and then only when you upgrade your account,
Right.
when you have to put the credit card details, if you choose the annual plan and you use the coupon code that is thank you Amy, then you would get another discount. And for an entire year of the software, an entire year for your eBay dropshipping business to be to have everything that you need, um, with all of the knowledge that you're already gaining, you can get everything for $199. So we're doing it in the hope for people to first choose to upgrade their account and choose to take their business seriously, and also to make it a reasonable price for them to actually manage to, get started and run that business a year long, because you want to, you talked about reducing your expenses. So if you are able to invest that in your
Right.
business, then it will reduce your expenses over the year.
Right. So that's
If not, you still
fantastic.
have the free plan and the monthly plans, of course.
Right, right. So it gives everyone at every level the chance to get started. So, well, I guess finally, or
Yeah, that's the idea.
finalizing our conversation here, how can people stay informed about what we're doing and what we're teaching them? Is
Well,
there like you mentioned your blog or Facebook? Did you want to mention how they can stay connected with
right.
us? You
Yeah, yeah. So to stay connected, if we will put it in a framework, like in a general answer, before I'm talking specifically about DSM tool, then I'd say that if you're serious about your business, you should probably join the discussion in one of the communities, or in as many communities as you can, because if you think about any other profession that you had before, or anything professional that you've done, usually you are part of a community of, if you're a teacher in school, so you're part of the teachers in school. If you're
right?
have a YouTube channel, then and if you follow a YouTube channel, then like you, Amy, never mind, your followers are part of your community, but that's not the point. So any professional has a community to join, and this channel, this very channel of yours, before I'm talking about anything that has to do with DSM tool, if you follow this channel, if you didn't click the subscribe button yet, then now it's the time to click the subscribe button, because this is how you join a community. You subscribe to a community, and then today you're rarely looking for something on Google, only if you specifically want to know something. Usually the way for news to get to you is into your feed. So if you subscribe to a channel like Home Business Expert, you're going to learn not only about eBay dropshipping with DSM tool, but about ways to make money online, ways to create your business. So you could expand, you could do eBay dropshipping and other stuff. On top of that, if you specifically want to become a dropshipper, you want to join the dropshippers community. So DSM tool on Facebook is a community of 20,000 people. You're invited to join us if you prefer on Instagram. Then every Thursday I do a live. It's not a live. It's a Q&A session in our story, and then I let you ask anything that you want about dropshipping, e-commerce. So you can follow us on Instagram, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you could learn more about specifically about the DSM tool. You can see, you can read the blog where I interviewed Amy last. It was what, 2 weeks ago, about your incredible story. In my opinion, I find it really, really, really cool. But I will let people to go
Thanks.
and check for it. It's at blog.dsmtool.com. I think it's the latest article, the latest blog post still. So subscribe to those channels so it would appear in your newsfeed. And now that you hear me talking about it, write yourself down, bring a notebook, write yourself down, to look for the blog. It's called the Dropship Academy, so we're teaching there things. To look for Amy's course on Udemy, to review it. Maybe you will decide that you want to take it, and that's great. So go to Udemy and look for DSM tool dropshipping. Join the Facebook community. Look for other content about dropshipping. Expand your knowledge while also getting started. And yeah, here we go. We even gave a coupon to those who are very serious and are planning to actually get started, which is
Yep.
wonderful.
So I just posted in the comments all that information that are links for my Udemy course, for the coupons. That information would be in the comments. But one of the things I love about you, Kfir, is that you're candid with what's good for the people that are watching. You don't just push one thing. Like you say, think about it, do it. What's best for you, and I love that about you. And you're just
Amy,
true to people.
I think that with all due respect to the profits of any company, when we open a discussion online today, um, the media has moved to online. Like, news is not only TV. People that are watching this channel right now and have been watching
Absolutely.
this entire discussion, they're exchanging that for other things that should have been valuable for them. And I think that it's not just we can't push people and tell them that's the truth. You have to learn your own way. You have to understand that in your learning process, you're going to take risks. I'm doing it in my business. You're doing it in your business. If people are interested in starting a business, they are going to have to take risks. And when you take risk, you want to learn as good as possible. And it's the responsibility of the people that are talking to you and are trying to convince you to go to learn, to go and start your online business, to make sure that they tell you as transparent information as possible. As if you are going we talked about the black hat or white hat. So if you're going in the direction that is going to hardcore violate policies and maybe do illegal stuff, then you should definitely know what you're heading towards before you're taking those steps. But even if not that, then at least the expectations. I could tell everyone, hey, this is probably the business is going to do millions for you. Go click, buy it now, right now. But that's not something that I believe in. I believe in being realistic with the people and telling them that eBay dropshipping is something that is incredible to start with, probably the number one online business to get
Yeah,
started
I
with.
agree.
And yet, if you want to scale your own business, like every business, like my business, like your business, you will have to create more channels of income.
I agree.
So it's our responsibility to say that it's more than just it's valuable for people. I honestly believe that
I
it's our
know. Appreciate
responsibility.
that. So, guys, if you have any questions, I've been commenting and corresponding back and forth with some of you. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below, even after this is ended. But right now is your chance. If you have a question for either one of us, we can answer them. But otherwise, if you don't have any questions, this will be posted on my channel that you can review it. I'll put some information and links in the description below the video as well. So I'll give you like another few seconds to type in any of your questions. Otherwise, Kfir, I really appreciate you taking the time. I hope we can help. I mean, if we help one person change what their income is and change what they have for their life right now, it was worth it to me. And I
Yes,
appreciate
or
your
at least
time.
understand if this is the direction for them. It's also like, either way, I think it's a wonderful direction for everyone, but everyone understands that I'm in that industry. Easier said than done for me. If you're looking into it and we gave you the value of learning and understanding what is dropshipping all about, then I hope that we did our part.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again in the future. Oh, how about helping people in South America?
In,
So what do you have in connections with people in South America?
so I can tell you this about helping
Thanks,
people in South
Gladiator.
America. First, in the 4 years since we established the company DSM Tool, because we're self-funded. So what I studied in university was a lot about venture capital. Israel is only second to the Silicon Valley in capital investment. So a lot of startups around here, and I thought that's what I studied in university,
Huh.
and that's what I thought is going to be the direction. Yeah, and eventually I decided not to go in that direction and to build a business that is self-funded. So as part of building a business that is self-funded, we had to outsource a lot of our work and work with. I had the amazing opportunity of working with a lot of third world countries, from the Philippines to an office that we had in Ukraine to people from Venezuela that some of them are still working with. Like one person is still working with us today. So we had a small operation also there. So first, I hope that was helpful and beneficial and it was during the hardest time of Venezuela, and I was very, very grateful to be able to hire people from there and pay way above the average you know whatever the average salary is
Okay.
in Venezuela. And other than that, if you want to start drop shipping, then I know for sure that there are YouTube channels in Spanish, because we have been working with teachers from South America that are teaching drop shipping, and then maybe that would be beneficial for you to go and try to
Become an
look for that
expert.
content in Spanish. Yeah, and you can start for free on YouTube. Just
Yeah.
search for drop
Get in
shipping in.
contact with me, Gladiator. I can get you more help if you need to. But Gladiator also asked, could I get them to join? And I believe they're gonna have to sign up first, and then they can share their link.
maybe you can become a teacher yourself, right?
Yeah, that's
If you
correct.
have.
Yeah, in your account, once you sign up, Gladiator, you can share your link to get your people in South America to sign up. So if you need help with
Yeah.
that, just contact me. You can go and I'll post it to
Amy,
amyhunt.biz.
maybe you can explain what is friend links or affiliate marketing
Sure,
in just in that sense,
sure.
because we
Another
have
way
that affiliate program in DSM Tool.
Right, and it's
So go
just
ahead.
creating your own source of income again. There's all kinds of affiliate stuff out there, but DSM Tool has what you have, and you can see that I shared a link. It's called a Bitly link, where if you use that link, I get a small portion of what you spend within DSM Tool. So it's called a friend referral link. As a friend or somebody that's watching, you can use that link and it helps me out a little bit. So you can do the same once you sign up.
You know,
You take that in your you go in your settings and you'll find your own personalized link that you can share with your friends.
do you know why we're doing it? Do you know why are we paying? And we're paying a very nice affiliate fee
Yeah.
for a software company. And the reason that we're doing it is because, as a strategic decision,
Mm-hmm.
I will forever choose to pay educators for sharing the content and not to advertise to people. And then I have, to be a little bit more persuasive. Why do I need to do
Yeah.
that when I can finance educators and teachers and people that are
Well, I
good
appreciate
people
it.
who are sharing the information? Yeah, of course.
Of
We're happy
course.
to do that.
All right. Well, we'll do this again sometime, and I just appreciate your time, Kafir. If there's no other questions, hopefully people will see in
It's
the
almost
links.
exactly an hour. It's perfect
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
that
of.
was perfect. It's time for lunch for us. Probably time for dinner for you, right?
Almost going to sleep here.
Go
No,
to
I'm joking.
sleep.
It's 7 p.m.
Oh, gee. Well,
7 p.m. Tel Aviv.
it's time to relax, kick back and relax. Well, I appreciate your time, Kafir, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Guys, Kafir from DSM Tool and signing off.